Have you ever looked around your house and wondered, how have I ended up with this much stuff? You might be considering a no or a low buy year this year to help reduce your consumption, or you just want to save some money and reduce your impact on the environment. Well, you're in the right place, so grab your tea or coffee. Today I'm sharing my top sustainable habits to buy less in 2025. Hey, I'm Charlie and I share tips on how to live a more sustainable life. If you're interested in more ways to limit your consumption, check out my video on underconsumption core. I always remember as a teenager really wanting a pair of flared jeans. These aren't flared, but you get the picture, with a chain around the pocket. They were really in fashion at the time. I begged my mum for a pair. She finally relented and then the trend died out and I felt like I couldn't wear them anymore. I think they ended up at a charity shop. I didn't need another pair of jeans, but I really wanted them. My first habit for 2025 is to distinguish between your needs and your wants. A need is something essential like food or replacing something that is beyond repair, whereas a want is something totally different. It's like the latest trending item, like my flared jeans, or buying yet another pair of trainers when you've already got ones that you can use. You can take this to the extreme and only purchase things that you need to survive, but being sustainable isn't only about being frugal. You can still purchase things other than what you need to survive, like food, water, shelter, but just not to excess. I recommend asking yourself a few questions like, do I really need this, or have I just seen somebody else with it? What other items have I already got in my wardrobe or my bathroom that are similar? Am I being influenced by advertising, or do I actually need it? Asking yourself some questions can really help with impulse purchasing and reduce that unnecessary waste and clutter in your home. The second habit goes hand in hand with distinguishing between your needs and wants. The habit of waiting before purchasing. Marketing will tell us that we need something right now, but in time you realise that you actually don't and you've forgotten all about it. Or maybe you haven't and that's the time then to purchase. I write a list on my phone called Shopping Wants, where I write down the item that I want to buy and potentially a link to it and the date of when I first saw it. If I still want that item after a month, that's when I'll consider purchasing it. If we think about the life cycle of a product, it's going to stay with us for a lot longer than a month. For so many items, it's too costly to recycle them, so they end up being incinerated or in landfill. We should be keeping our belongings for a really long time until they no longer serve their purpose. So waiting a few weeks shouldn't make a difference. By writing items down, it really helps to prevent that impulse buying, and it's actually such an easy habit to implement. If you feel like you really can't wait, could you maybe borrow that item from friends, family, neighbours instead? I think it's the fast-paced way of life that we live in, but while we have access to purchasing things really quickly, like Amazon next day delivery, we don't seem to repair any of our belongings when they break, probably because it takes longer to repair, but that shouldn't be an excuse. The next habit I'm recommending is to repair first. You can learn skills like the new skill I've just learned in how to darn a sock, or just figure out where your local repair shop or repair cafe is. For Christmas, my partner took my old pair of boots to be repaired. He got them resoled because they had holes in the bottom here, and they've been sitting in my cupboard for years to be repaired. This was the best gift that I received this year, and I only wish that I had done it sooner. It can be time consuming and potentially frustrating to repair, but as well as all of the environmental benefits like keeping things out of landfill and saving money in the long run, I like to think of repairing as bringing so many personal benefits too, like gaining a new skill, the therapy of doing something with your hands, and all of the benefits of feeding into your local community's economy. So the next time something is broken, I challenge you to try to fix it yourself first. This habit is one that I really need to work on for this year. According to the Waste and Resources Action Programme, we waste over 10 million tonnes of food in the UK every year. So the next easy habit that you can implement, like me, to reduce that food waste is to meal plan before going to the supermarket. I don't know about you, but I often feel time poor. And I just run around the supermarket buying vegetables and things that I need. I don't go with a list, but tend to just buy the same stuff that I always buy, rather than doing it by recipe. That means that sometimes food will go off before I've used it, or even realise that I've got it in my cupboard. You know, the things that are at the back of your shelf that you totally forget about. One of the best ways to reduce your food waste is to actually plan your meals for the week. Eureka moment. Why have I not been doing this my whole life? Just write down what you need for those recipes and buy those things. It's the reason why those food boxes like Gusto have become so popular, providing the exact right amount of food that you need for those recipes. But I think you can make your own Gusto boxes simply by writing down what you need for those recipes, saving money and a lot of food waste. And finally, the biggest and probably the hardest to implement, making ourselves immune to marketing. We're constantly bombarded with buy this, buy now. Marketing is everywhere that we look. At the side of the road, on our TV, through our letterbox, our emails, on social media. Marketing is designed to make us feel like we can't live without something, but most of the time we don't need what's being sold at all. Can't see anything, I'm blinded. If we can make ourselves immune to marketing, we can see past it. It's like asking ourselves the question, is this something that I need or something that's been designed to make me feel like I need it? Marketers are clever. They're good at their job. They're good at making us feel like it's an essential. But by avoiding marketing as much as possible, so unsubscribing from emails, making sure that you don't get posts through, limiting your time on social media, try to focus on those non-purchasing habits that do make you feel better. For me, that's going on hikes with my dog, sewing and cooking. Your habits might look different, but I'm sure that they make you feel better than that little dopamine hit you get from clicking pay now. That's it. Those are my 5 sustainable habits to try for 2025. Whether you're trying a low buy or a no buy year, or you just want to live more sustainably within your means, I hope that these habits can help you reduce your consumption. What sustainable habits are you planning for this year? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe for some more eco-friendly tips. See you next time.